Hello, beautiful people. Today we're going to talk about how do you find a career you love. Have you ever wondered why some people love their careers but other people just tolerate them? What if finding a career you love isn't about luck, but it's about knowing how to choose with discernment? What if choosing your career was like finding a fabulous outfit? It might look great on other people, but does it work for you? Are you asking the right questions in interviews? Not just whether or not you're a good fit for the job or the job is a good fit for you, but whether or not the career path aligns with who you are and where you want to go. At the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding about how to find a career that you love, one that fits who you are and brings you joy and allows you to be seen, to be heard, and to be valued. Step number one in finding a career you love is understanding yourself. Finding a career you love is not about status necessarily, about what other people think. It's about finding what brings you joy. It's about finding what you're great at. And it is about knowing what makes you come alive. You're going to be doing this for a long time. It's really smart to make it something that you truly love. One of the key things to doing this is identifying what you're really good at, what brings you joy, what makes you happy. And don't worry about what you're really good at, because we're all really good at something. For some of us, it's easier to find than others. I would be in the others category, but eventually you will find what you love with persistence, patience, and discernment. The goal in finding a career that you love is to find somewhere where you can be seen, where you can be heard, and where your contribution is really valued. So when your contribution is valued, other people see you as bringing something important to the table, and you will be appropriately compensated for that. And that determines to a large extent the arc of your career. There's a good metaphor, I think, for this, which is when you are getting ready to go to a big event. So it could be a wedding, it could be a big presentation, it could be a dinner dance, it could be a friend's big party, and you go looking for an outfit for it. You might try on 10, 20, 30 outfits. If you're a woman, you'll probably try on at least 30. If you're a guy, you'll probably try on 4 or 5. Lucky you. But you do look to try on something, and you might see something that looks fantastic on someone else. It may not fit you as well. You may not feel great in it. You may not look great in it in your own eyes or in other people's. And you go to a lot of trouble to be able to present yourself well to the people who you love, who you're meeting with. And one of the ways to look at a career, and very few people I notice do this, is to think about it like trying on clothes. So my nephew said to me at one point, "But what happens if I do a career I don't like?" And my response was, you change it. So it's a lot easier to get started trying on careers. Think about them like outfits, trying on careers, and to change rather than to never try on the career in the first place. So consider the mistakes that you made to be something that will give you an opportunity to be able to create that level of discernment and create a much higher level of alignment around what it is that you truly love and how it is that you are going to be seen, going to be heard, and going to be valued for pretty much the rest of your life. The other thing that will help you with this is shifting your mindset, and shifting specifically your interview mindset, because the goal in here is to become progressively more discerning around how you are being perceived at work and who are what I refer to as your peeps. So your people, the people who you recognize, who you identify with, and who you love working with. When you shift your mindset about being interviewed, you flip the script, so to speak. You're being interviewed, of course you're being interviewed because you're applying for a job, and that's the process and that's the way it works. Might not be the most effective one, but that's the process right now, and that's the way it works. And what you're looking to do is you are looking to make sure that these are the right people for you to be working with. So sometimes I've done interviews where I've been interviewed by 20 people, but I've also done interviews where I've been interviewed by only 1 or 2. And when that happens, I'll ask to interview more people, because I'm the one doing the interview to make sure that this is what I want for my future for the next 3, 5, 10 years. And I'm making sure that these are the people that I want to share 30% of my life with. Somehow or other, when we're doing interviews, we're always in a hurry. And sometimes companies take it more slowly, and we take that as an annoyance or an irritation. When in reality, it's an opportunity for us to be able to do more of our homework and more of our research. When you're doing interviews, make sure that you're also having conversations to understand, whoever in the company can tell you, and it's usually an HR person, what the career paths are, what the trajectories are, what the cycle times for a promotion are, what the opportunities are, and make sure that you understand the finances of the company. Make sure that if it's a public company, you've read the annual report and you know how well it's doing, you know how well it's been doing. I've worked with people where I've asked them who the CEO of their company is and they don't know. When you're working for a hierarchical company which has a CEO, which is most companies on the planet today, if you don't understand what is the vision and what is the ambition of the person leading your company, you're not putting yourself in a position to be able to understand how your career is going to progress over time, how you can add value and how you can contribute, and how you can be seen, heard and valued inside the career that you're embarking on. The fourth thing to pay attention to is what I refer to as finding your people or finding your peeps. I was at an event the other evening and I was talking to one of the VPs and the CEO of the company came up. I didn't know he was the CEO of the company because I was just doing an invite-in speech, and he started chatting to us and she said, "Oh, you two speak the same language." And I was so delighted because I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, he's my peeps." And I was talking to the CEO and didn't realize it. And I'm the one standing here saying, you should be talking to the CEO and know who that is. But if the people at the senior levels are people who you can identify with and people who kind of are your peeps, who are interested in some of the things you're interested in, who care about some of the things you care about, who are understanding, are compassionate, are ambitious, are driven, are innovative in a way that you would like to be or that you see yourself as, then chances are they're to an extent your peeps. It's worthwhile taking the time to understand what that means for you and begin to figure out how to find those people in your life. I've done a lot of work in innovation in my life and continue to do work in this space. And as a result, I've worked with some amazing scientists, some amazing researchers, and they're nerds. And they'll recognize themselves as nerds. It's not that I'm calling them names. And I would certainly consider myself one of them. And they're my peeps. I enjoy talking with them. I enjoy spending time with them. I love helping them be successful. I love watching them succeed. I love reading what it is that they're doing. I love seeing things about them in the newspaper when they've been incredibly successful and contributed something amazing for the rest of us. And it's a privilege. And so when you think about who are my peeps, think about when you're my age, who are you going to consider yourself privileged to have had the opportunity to work with? One of the best ways to understand who are the people in a particular industry or a particular profession is to spend time with them. And if you haven't worked in that space before, it's hard to figure out how to spend time with them, but you can. So you can spend time in conferences, in associations. You can find the groups of people who are getting together associated with that career or that industry, and you can volunteer to spend time with them. They're always looking for people who can help with some of the things like setting up the tables, making sure that you have all the kit and equipment ready for an event or a meeting, making sure that there's someone who is helping with the tech, who is helping with the outreach. There are loads of opportunities for new people in an industry or younger people in an industry to contribute to an association and get to rub shoulders with the people who live and work in that space all the time. And when you've spent a month or two there, you'll have a pretty good sense as to whether or not they're the kind of people that you want to spend the rest of your life with. The other thing to remember is that senior professionals, particularly women who've been successful in a career that might be male dominated, senior professionals are always super delighted to be able to help new people coming into the industry. And the reason for that is because it validates them. I've spent most of my life in technology and innovation. Anyone who's interested in technology innovation, I want to talk to them. I want to help them. I want to make sure they didn't make the mistakes I made. I want to make sure they're going to be successful with their lives. I want to be able to see them getting promoted and being successful. And so you'll find if you contribute value in some other way in terms of helping or supporting, and you want to be able to spend time with people, they want to help you. They want you to be successful. On that note, I want you to use the link down below, which is my promotion readiness assessment. It's free. It will help you get onto the path of thinking about a career that you love. And it is listed below as www.getpromotedAssessment.com, and it will ask you questions that'll begin the self-reflection of putting you on a path to finding a career you love. I wish you the very best of luck, and I sincerely hope that you find it. When you do, let us know.